Mr. Tim Hicks, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We are great.
First off, Tim, congratulations.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is so bizarre. 4 nominations, and it just doesn't feel real. It's not. It's just not right.
It is right. It is. Trust
Well,
me, my friend.
Thank you.
You know, artists waking up this morning, to the fact that they did score some nominations for this year's CCMAs, which were announced this morning. And like mentioned, you got 4 for this year, for Album of the Year, Songwriter of the Year, Video of the Year, Rising Star Award nomination. Just goes to show a lot of great things, had happened to you over this past year.
It's been such a whirlwind over the last 18 months. Like Get By, this is how quick that it's happened. Get By went to radio January 2nd of last year. And here we are, a year and a half later, and I can't even believe it. I played chicken wing bars for 17 years, 5 nights a week. So I feel like I'm just so blessed to be able to do music at this level now, and I owe all that to Canadian country music fans. They sort of, I feel like they plucked me out of obscurity, and I am blessed to have this career that's happening right now, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Last year at the CCMAs during the Fan Fest, you did a performance there, and just the reaction from the crowd when you had performed. You got a lot of great fans there behind you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's you can't do it without them, and I really like I just said, I truly feel like this wouldn't have happened if Canadian country music fans hadn't connected with what we had going on, and it's. I don't take any of this for granted, and I'm really just soaking up every minute of it. It's just been such a wonderful ride.
With the CCMAs that are coming up there this September out there in Edmonton, I know you'll definitely be there. How has those experiences been like for you over these past 3 years as an up-and-coming artist? Yeah,
pretty surreal. I had a moment last year because I performed a piece of Get By on the show. There was 3 of us that performed. There's Bobby Wills and Small Town Pistols and myself. We were sort of in a trio. And I was backstage, and I was losing my marbles, nervous. I've never played on national television like that before. And Tyler turns to me and says, he goes, just breathe. All you got to do is sing your song. You've done that before, right? And I said, yeah. He goes, all you got to do is sing your song. It was like he was my personal life coach for that moment before we stepped on the stage. So it was great to hang with those guys, and that's what I love about the CCMAs. It's a great hang because fans probably don't realize this, but when you're out on the road and you're doing your thing, you sort of live in a bubble because you go from show to show to show, and you don't really get to spend any time with everybody else in the industry. And so the CCMAs is just a great excuse to get together and clink a few glasses and hang with everybody.
This tonight, actually, in fact, you're going to be heading on down to Red Deer, talking about performances. Been quite a busy summer there for you. You're going to be performing there tonight?
Absolutely, yeah. Westerner Days. It's going to be great. Myself, Brett Kissel on the bill, and it's going to be a good party.
It's been quite the morning though for both you and Brett, because he did score quite a few nominations for the CCMAs. Yes,
that's the truth.
Starting out with people there like Brett, I mean. You're quite happy with, the success that you're having. And then again, you just look at your peers and you think the same of them as well. I know it's like you're competing against one another in these categories, but in reality, you are friends.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like it's kind of a small business, so everyone knows one another. And I'm just proud to be a part of the whole scene. Like we've got some really serious talent here in Canada. And, the CCMA and Country Music Week as a whole, because there's a whole week worth of events that lead up to the award show on the Sunday. It's a great celebration of that, and I'm just proud to be a part of it.
You got a brand new album on the way.
Yeah, sure do. It's called 501, and it comes out August 5th in stores, and you can pre-order it right now on iTunes. And if you do that, you get a second track. Of course, Here Comes the Thunder is out, lead-off single, and you get a second track to check out. It's called Dust and Bone, which I really love singing live with the boys. And people are free to check that out.
Hey, Tim. Wanted to ask you, what's the story behind naming the album 501?
501, yeah, good question. Two reasons I named it that. 501, of course, is the time you're getting off work, you clocked out, and by 501, you're clinking a few bottles with your buddies at the bar. At least I was. And 501 doesn't necessarily mean 5:01 p.m. because I've got a lot of friends in the food and beverage business, or like that are waiters or servers and whatnot. And 5:01 for us and for them could be 3:30 in the morning on a Sunday.
Right.
It just meant the time that you're done working and you can enjoy yourself a little bit. And for me also, 5:01 a.m. was about the time that I was putting my head to my pillow when I was playing bars. Because of course we play all night and then drive 2 hours home. Be 4:30 by the time I'd get in. I make a sandwich, crack a beer, watch half an hour of MASH, and by the time 5 in the morning was rolling around, I was clicking off the TV and putting my head down at 5:01. So a bit of a double meeting for me.
The first thing I thought of was 501 jeans.
Jeans, yeah.
Now, of the tracks on the album, you had a hand in writing, and a lot of great co-writers that came
Thank
along
you.
and worked with you on this album as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I was blessed this time around. I got to work with a lot of my favorite songwriters down there in Nashville, Phil Barton being one of them, Brian White, Bruce Wallace. These guys are all heavy-duty guys, and it's such it's surreal for me whenever I go into a write with guys of that caliber, because, of course, I feel like I have to catch up real fast, and bring my A game every time. And I always approach it like it's a learning experience, and I really feel like every time I walk away from a write that I've learned something and hopefully gotten a little bit better at my craft.
And, a lot of great help from some of your fellow artists as well who are helping you out on the album, too.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a song called A Little Drink Along, which started as a Blackjack Billy song called Drink Along. And I said to Jeff Copeland, I really want a song like that on my record. And he said, well, here's an idea. He said, why don't we rewrite it for Canada and put some Canadian things in there, which, that I wear my nationality on my sleeve, as it were, especially when I'm down in Nashville. I make sure everyone knows I'm from Canada and I'm proud to be Canadian. And so we did that, and we were able to get the boys from Blackjack Billy back on this record. They helped me out on the song. And Clayton Bellamy from the Roadhammers, which was just fantastic. I'm a huge fan of those guys, and I'm good buddies with Clayton. And it was just a real honor to have those guys sing with me on the album.
And, and also Madeline Merlot as well. Had a chance to
Yeah.
hear her music just not long ago. What a great artist she is.
Oh my gosh, she has such a great voice, and I've sort of I knew her before her record was released, and I had written this duet with Todd Clark and Jessica Mitchell, and I had Madeline in mind right from the get go. I just thought she'd be great on it, and it's a little bit of a departure for me. Last time around, people would ask me, "Are we ever going to hear a Tim Hicks ballad?" And for me, it was just second nature because I'd done so many gigs and I sang lots of different songs, but you couldn't call your record Throwdown and then put love songs on it. So, but this time around, I think people are going to see, a couple of different sides of Tim Hicks, and I hope they enjoy them.
You're crisscrossing the country. Tonight you're down in Red Deer. Then I do believe you're going to be back in Alberta here again coming up August long weekend in Nedson.
That's right. Yeah, and it's going to be great. We're going to have one of those crazy days where we play Boots and Hearts in Ontario on the 2nd, and we go right to the airport and fly to play. I think it's Vision Park in Edson.
Wow.
Yeah.
Busy man, and it just doesn't end. I mean, you got an album that is being recognized by the CCMAs for the past work, and then set to release another coming up out there in August.
Yeah, I just feel like the train's rolling. Let's just keep her going. It's the entertainment business, so you never know. People's tastes are going to change, and that's why I say I don't take it for granted. I mean, you just have to live for every moment out here, and enjoy the time.
All right. Well, Tim Hicks, thank you so much for joining us today. We greatly appreciate your time. Again, congratulations on the nominations, and all the best on the new album that's set to be released.
Thanks, guys. Great chatting with you. I hope we can do it
take
again
care.
soon.